Happy Friday, everyone. It is August 8th, 2025. This is Jennifer Sinceri, and I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. I come live every Friday evening around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that means I'm a little bit early tonight. I'm going to grab a couple things here, and hopefully you will see that live notification and hop on. If you are here for the live or you're watching the replay on Facebook or YouTube, please give me a shout out. I would love to hear that you are here. I don't always get to see all of the people that are watching. I love spending fun Fridays with you guys. So this was my first week at school. I'm a 5th grade teacher by day. We went back to school. We worked in our classroom and had meetings on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then Thursday was the first day, and Friday we wrapped up the week. And so I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired, not too bad. Yesterday I was more tired than I am today. But it was a pretty good week, and I'm excited. I've got some great kids this year, so it's going to be a blast. Now, just to let you know a little bit more about me, I am located in Elk Grove, California. I am close to Sacramento. I do host in-person classes. I host them the first Saturday of every month. Now, occasionally I do need to move it to like the second Saturday, regarding like family birthdays or church events, but I try and keep it consistent for you. Okay, my classes are $20 and you are making 5 handmade cards. I run my classes like a card buffet, so there's several choices and you get to pick what you want to work on. Lots of different techniques and supplies and tools for you to choose from. All right, so if you are not already a follower, please click that follow button and give me a thumbs up or a heart on this video. That would be amazing. Hi, Lori. It was great. I went home yesterday, first day of school, and I was a bit tired. Today, second day, I'm not as tired, but my voice seems to be a little raspy just because, you know, in the summertime, I'm not talking all day long. So it was pretty good. But go ahead and give this video a thumbs up or a heart. And then you want to make sure that you follow my page or that you like my page. And that way that you will get notifications whenever I go live, okay? And then you'll want to make sure that you have joined my email list. This is my business email, and I will push out an email at least once a week. I let you know about future promotions and sales and classes and retreats. So make sure you send me an email, and then I will add you to my distribution list. And then just so you can see, these are the classes that I've scheduled for the rest of the year. In February, I haven't set dates yet for regular classes, but I know February will be my next retreat. All right, and then if you don't have a demonstrator already, I would love to support you in your crafting. If you need a catalog, please reach out to me. I will give you a complimentary catalog. They are free. All I ask is that you place an order at least one time in a year, okay? So let's get started. You know, I am all about saving you guys money, all right? And so I was looking online, and right now we've got a couple promotions. So we've got an in color sale. We also have a last chance product. What's the word I'm looking for? They've posted new things on the last chance list. Okay, so there's some things that are discounted. Also, I want to keep in mind that not everyone has all the tools, all the things, right? So I pulled 2 kits. Now, kits are great inexpensive ways to do crafting. These two kits have been around for a while. They are actually not on the last chance list, but I'm thinking the next time we do one, they're probably going to be on. This kit is $15 and this kit is $16. Very economical. Now, not everyone loves kits because they feel like, oh, it looks manufactured. It doesn't look handmade. Okay, last week I did a brand new kit and we all loved it. It was adorable. I'm going to play with these two kits and I'm going to tweak them just a little bit, and all I'm going to do is add some extra layers and extra cardstock and show you how fabulous these kits can be and how economical. I mean, this kit makes 9 cards and it's $15, and this kit makes 9 cards and it's $16. I mean, we could do the math and figure out how much that is per card. I won't bore you. There is no stamping in these kits, and you're like, what? Okay. But as you can see, I've already been tearing this one apart. But I just want to show you, those are the 3 card bases, okay? You've got tags. All right, we got tags, lots of tags. So there's your sentiments, and it does come in different languages. You've got dies, die cuts, okay? It's all done for you. You don't have to have all the tools. It does come with adhesive. You get some tear and tape. And then the other kit, where did it go? Oh, here it is. This one, where you get some embellishments and you get tear and tape and gold twine and where? Goodness gracious. Did I hide it already? I might have stashed the stuff away. But you get the card bases, you get die cuts. It's a little bit simpler. It doesn't have lots of pieces. It just has the sentiments, okay? So I'm going to show you how to dress these up and make them look a little bit more homemade, all right? So I'm going to start with this one first. Now, I'm going to hold that up. Look at those designs, okay? Pretty basic, not horrible, but pretty basic, right? Okay, let's dress them up a bit. Okay, and all I'm adding is cardstock. So in the catalog, you can, if you're on a budget, let's see if I can find it. I should have marked this, so I apologize. The page that has the cardstock. Am I going to find it? Not seeing it. There's a page that is all cardstock, and you don't have to buy a whole package of cardstock. That's the DSP, Designer Series paper. Specialty paper. I'm sorry. I was thinking about this because I wanted to there are packs of paper. Oh, well, I'm not going to waste your time. Packs of paper that you can buy that have a couple sheets of every color in a color family. And it's way more economical for those of you that are not running classes. So what I did was I just cut, I have some regular cardstock. This is pretty peacock, okay? And I burnished it. Or I used my paper trimmer. And then I took one of the card bases. Now the card bases have white on the inside, and when I ran it through an embossing folder, you're going to see that you see some of that white. It looks a little distressed, which is a fun look, okay? And we're just going to add that as a layer to our card. And I am using my Stampin' Seal Plus. That is my go-to adhesive. You can use the tear and tape if you want. That comes in the kit. You can use whatever you have, right? I'm all about saving you money. Okay. Then what I did was I trimmed this piece. Oh, I found them. There it is. I want to show it to you. So this was the other part of that card base. I'm going to keep it because I'm going to use it on an inside of a card. Here are the envelopes. Okay, the envelopes are beautiful. You've got some pretty foliage on the side. You've got your die cuts with your sentiments, and again, they come in different languages. Okay, there's your card bases. Right, there's your card bases. And then you've got these panels, all right? So there's this one, and there's this one, this layer, all right? I didn't care for this with this, so I'm pulling something different, and I'll use that on other cards. Okay, so what I did was I just cut this one down. I trimmed a little bit, and I'm adding a layer of pretty, petal pink to this. Okay, so we're gonna put this on our layer. Layers really do make a difference. It's simple. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's easy. It does make a huge difference. Okay, now we're going to pop that up with some dimensionals. Then we're going to add in the gold twine, and we're going to add in our embellishments. Those come in the kit. They even give you dimensionals. Okay, so if you don't have them, they give them to you. This gold twine is beautiful. I love gold twine. We used to carry it. We're going to have new twine that's gold and black. All right. So this kit has been around for a while, and like I said, I think it's going to probably go on the last chance product list the next update that we have. Because I was actually surprised at some of the kits that are last chance right now. They just updated it on Tuesday. All right, now this is going to go here. I think I did mine upside down, but you know what? Nobody's going to know. That goes there, and we're going to put gold twine underneath. We're going to do some loopy loops. If I can get this started. There we go. All right, so just kind of pull it to help straighten those curly cues out. All right, just adding a little bit of pressure. You could even like wet your fingers and pull that, and that will help. All right, so I'm just going to, let's see, when we look at the picture, they just have loops. Here's the picture again. You'll see there's a couple loops underneath, 2 loops, and they have the tails showing. Okay, I'm just gonna, I like 3s. So I'm going to do, what is that on there? We're going to trim that. I might have put my nail on it or something. Who knows? I'm going to do 3 because I like odd numbers. And let me cut this little end off. You can be liberal with your twine or trim or whatever you want to call it. So I just put some adhesive there, and I am going to use this guy to kind of help me. Use my finger. Oops. Kind of help me place those. Hold them down. Okay. This is the hardest part. Let's get that to go there. All right, it looks funky, but it's going to get covered up by this. Let's see if we can get that to show a little bit more. This is how they make those fancy loops, okay? All right, now we're going to put some dimensionals on this piece. So maybe you just have never looked at this kit and you're like, it's okay, I think you could actually make some really pretty cards with it. Just adding a few more layers. Everything else is included. You don't even have to stamp. For those of you that, you know, like I'm brain dead by the end of the week and I don't want to think about having to design something, this takes the hard part out for you. And it really, it's like so inexpensive, $15. And I'm just adding, I don't like that one, I'm just adding a little bit of extra cardstock. There. Let's put this over here. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. Come on. Hi, Holly. Happy Friday, friend. Okay, so I still don't like that one, so I'm going to play with it a little bit more. Use my tool here, whoops, and try and get it in the adhesive. Use that gummy end, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, and then we always want to do threes with embellishments, and I always make a triangle, getting those little bits of gold. All right, 1, 2, 3. Well, there's my triangle. It's a skinny triangle. All right, so I'm just going to hold that up. We just added a little bit of layering to that just to bump it up and make it a little bit fancier, and I think it's a really pretty card. Thank you for your kindness. Like, who wouldn't want to get that in the mail? Okay. All right, now the next design, all right, is I'm looking at this one, okay? So I just did this one. I took out that lime, this lime color, because I didn't care for it, this piece. I took that out. And I added in petal pink to it, okay? Now, we're going to work on this one, okay? Kind of plain. I'm going to bump it up. I'm going to make it a little bit fancier. And it's super easy. So stinking easy. So, it came with a petal pink card base. Remember I said they're white, all right? I went ahead and I used this one. You could use cardstock if you want, up to you. But what I did was I took the other piece of my pretty peacock and I cut it down and I'm using it as a layer, okay? So we're using it as a layer. We don't waste anything. Tonight is all about, I'm just showing you how to be frugal, how to stretch your dollars. If you don't want to spend $100 buying a whole suite, you can buy a $15 kit and just add cardstock and everything else and use your embossing folders, use your dies that you may already have in your stash to add a few more pieces to bump these up, and you can make really pretty cards with them. All right, so then I took that piece and I ran it through an embossing folder. I picked one that was more of a subtle background, okay? But it just gave it some texture. And we're going to add that to this. That's another really easy trick to to snazz up your cards, just add some texture to those layers. All right, then the die was just plain white, right? It's just white. So what I did was I glued it down on Pretty Peacock, and then I used my paper trimmer to cut it. We did have some dies that were in this shape, but when I held it up to it, it wasn't exactly gonna fit, and it would have cut off the gold, and I didn't want to cut the gold off. So I just glued it down, and I used my paper trimmer, and I trimmed it to make a layer. And we are going to add some gold in the back, and we're going to pop this up. Okay, so again, we're going to do 3 little loop-de-loops, and it's okay, like whatever happens. Okay, and we're going to add some adhesive in that center, and we're going to plop this down, if I can squeeze it, and then lay things flat. That Stampin' Seal Plus is such a strong adhesive. It's really great for building boxes and gift bags, but it really helps with this stuff too. Just keeping trim where we want it. And I'm going to cut this a little bit. Okay. Looks weird, huh? Then we're going to add our Stampin' Dimensionals to our sentiment that we have put a layer on. Don't put it upside down. And let's make sure I've got the, oops. I think I needed to make these loops a little bigger because I think they're going to get covered up. Let's see. Yeah. Let me redo that one because this is bigger than I realized, so we want it to show. We just will not have long tails. And I might have to add a little bit more. That's a little bit. Okay. Okay, so you can see the little bit of gold coming out, little loops, and then let's add in our sequins. Last time I used 2 small ones, so this time I'll use 2 big ones. And there's our next card. And it looks a little bit fancier, doesn't it? I like that. And all I did was add more cardstock, and I embossed this. Okay? All right, the last card takes this card base, okay? Looks like this right here. And all they did was they put some gold and then the sentiment and the sequins. So we're going to take this and we're going to step it up. All right, so what I did, I took regular cardstock on this one. Then I took some Petal Pink and I ran it through an embossing folder. Any embossing folder you have on hand, doesn't matter. Okay. Something on a smaller design is probably best. Okay. Then I took this piece and I just cut it. I used this as my guide to make it smaller. And what I did, here it is. Okay. So it went from this to this, and I cut it in 3 pieces, and they are 1.5 inches wide. All right. And we're going to add those on here. Okay, we'll evenly distribute that. And then this is the sentiment, and I just took my circle punch and I cut 2 more out to just give it some layers and color. Okay, oops, because I wanted color on this. All right, I felt like that will pop more with the color in the back. Now we could lay this down flat, or we could pop them up. If we pop them up, let's pop them up. Let's be daring. It'll take more Stampin' Dimensionals, but that's fine. Yeah, just grab. I love punches because they are super easy. Let's do all of these. Super easy. When I am tired, but I want to do something crafty and creative, I grab my punches. They're basic shapes and they're easy. They're easy. I tend to use my dies more when I have cut them in advance and I just have them sitting ready to go. Let's make sure that this is not, I guess that's right, okay. And I probably should do the other side. I'm waiting for my pre-order to show up so I can start playing with new products. I didn't want to spend money on the overnight shipping, so I'm waiting for it to show up. All right, then we're going to oopsie. Oh, it looks like did I skip one? Yes, I did. I skipped 2. All right, try that again. I was like, wait, did I make a mistake? No, it looks good. Okay, now let's grab, I think what I'll do is, let's see. Not too much. I'm going to put it on this, and then I can move it. Okay. Ta-da! Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Work with me. Where's the adhesive? I can't see it. All right. So let's, where'd they go? Where, oh, there they are. Okay. We are hot here in Sacramento Valley. We are, it was 104 when I was coming home, something like that. It was crazy. We've gone from the 80s to triple digits. Well, we had 70s, then we went to the 80s, then we went to the 90s, and now we're in even hotter. I think we might have an Indian summer this year. We'll see. Might have a very mild June and July. All right. Now let's put some of those sequins down over here and bring that pretty peacock down. And we'll use another little one over here maybe. All right, there's that card. So it's a little fancier, and it's got that texture in the back, got some layering. I went kind of crazy on the gold twine. Okay, so those were the three for this kit that I did. All right, and now I'm going to show you another kit that I'm going to bump up. So this kit is original, it's $15, and all I'm adding is extra cardstock. The twine and the embellishments came with the kit. All right, so fun. You can still get super cute, pretty handmade cards. Okay, now we're gonna play with the holly, whatever it's called, the holly something or other. I've got so much stuff on my table. Holly. I can't remember what it's called. I don't want to say it wrong. Hello, Hollyhocks. Hello, Hollyhocks. There it is. Holly just thought I was talking to her, huh? Okay, so let's look at these very basic designs. They're not bad. They're cute, but we're going to make them cuter. Okay? This is a $16 kit. No stamping involved. It's all die cuts. But super easy to play with. All you need is a color family, pack of cardstock, and you're good to go. Okay? Or get some, I just used Calypso Coral. That was it. Okay? All right, so here we go. All right, so I'm taking that basic Old Olive, this one, and we cut it down to make a layer, okay? So we've got our Calypso Coral. We're adding this as like it's designer series paper, okay? So let's do that. These are really inexpensive kits, and I think with what you have in your stash already, you can just bump them up and make them even better. Now this piece, this is really pretty. This is a very pretty die. Look at that. Okay, it's got stitching on it. It's all one piece. So we have a choice. We can put it down flat, or we can pop it up with dimensionals, give it some dimension. Okay, we've got these guys that are going to go behind it. Okay, it's going to be easier if we go flat, but you can bump it up if you want. And then we've got our sentiment, which is popped up. All right, and then we've got these really pretty sparkly embellishments that go with this kit. And then I was thinking, why not add some more gold trim to it? I've already got it out. It's open, right? Okay, so let's put this on our little layer here. Ugh. Did you see me do that? I just dropped it. Call me Butterfingers. Do you guys ever do stuff like that? All right. I would love to bump that up, but I think it's going to be too hard with these guys, unless what I do is I adhere it first and then we put it down. That would make it work. I think we should do that. So we're going to put a little bit of adhesive just on this rectangle. Come on, work with me. Too high. Let's go down a little bit. And I don't want that rectangle to show. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it, and you have to be careful because over here it's going to show. Okay. And then we're going to kind of go the same, like right there. Okay, that's pretty. And we're going to bring that out like that. And then let's put dimensionals around it. We're going to need some of these little pieces. Move that out of my way. We also have mini Stampin' Dimensionals that if you've got those, you can use those. I don't really use those as often. Oops, I keep taking the backings off. I think I can use a regular one right here. Let's put some right there. Okay, maybe one right there. Let me cut another piece. Whoops. Seriously? Where was I going to put it? Right here, I think. Okay. Now we're going to take all the backings off. That one's off. This one's not. That one is. This is going to be sticky. That's okay. That one's sticky already. Okay. Not that one. All right. Not that one. Okay. Looks like it shows a little bit there, but how am I going to do that? That's going to actually go like right there. But you can also, if you needed to, you can take your scissors and kind of do a little card surgery if you need to. You might want to do the smaller ones. There we go. Okay. Now this is going to get popped up as well. And I probably should put some gold trim in here. Make it extra snazzy. Go like that. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there. Come on. Oh, I think I wanted it to go the other direction because I don't want it to cover up my Hollyhocks. Okay, start over. You're like, okay, I don't think we want to use this. It's really pretty when you do it. Okay. Stay, I tell ya. Stay. It's like a naughty dog. And I'm going to put one more in the middle, and that's going to help hold down that gold trim. Oops, don't do it upside down. And I think we're going to pull that. Where's my other one? Pull that a little more. And then it's moving a little bit, but we're not going to fuss with it too much, okay? I think I'm going to cut that so it doesn't even show that one tail. And just slide it in there, hold it, and pray. All right, let's add in our sparkles. These are really pretty embellishments. That's going to bother the... There. Okay. There we go. There. We did it. Pretty, huh? And that was supposed to look like this, and we added in that extra layer in the gold trim. I think it's really pretty. Okay, let's do the other one. So I'm going to do this one now. So it's just that guy with this piece and that. And there's some more foliage. Okay, now this one we're going to take Calypso Coral, and I took this card base. Okay, this is what it looks like. So you could do something really cool with that piece too. And I just cut it down and I trimmed it. Okay, that's really pretty, isn't it? All right, now I just took a die that I had. I don't even remember what this die is. Sorry, I just grabbed one. And I'm gonna take some Petal Pink with a blending brush. And I'm just gonna add some color to this. Let me put this behind it, because then I don't get ink everywhere. It's a very light color, so we're just adding. You could go with the Calypso Coral, but I kind of felt like that was too much with the piece that we already have. And when I do this, I always I start on my scratch paper and then go in, because then you're not going to see big old splotchy dots. Okay? Just very slight blushing on there. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but just a little color. All right, I'm going to add that here. We're going to add our foliage. Now let me see how I want to do the foliage. Oops. I think that'll work. It's nice that they've got those little rectangles to put your adhesive on. Okay, I'm going to put these two together and then pop it up, I think. And we're going to put some gold on there. Of course we are. All right. That actually came out the way I wanted it to. See, I've been doing it so much now that now my hands are like, oh, we know how to do this. Now, if you didn't have gold trim, you could use gold ribbon to add a little bit of sparkle to it. I like the gold because you've got the gold embellishments. You can always tuck this in if you want. It'll get caught on something sticky, I'm sure. There. All right, and then we're going to add in those little blings. Maybe there. Okay, there's that card. And the last card is this guy right here. Okay, pretty easy. So we're going to take this card base, okay, and we're going to cut it to make designer series paper. All right. Again, Calypso Coral. Looks like my blades need to get replaced. And add that in for your layer. Then I took another die. I just took a die and I made a mat for it. Okay, so let's do that. And I think that has a little bit more on that end, so I might want to trim it, but it is what it is. Okay, and we're going to add that. Now see how you notice that so much better, I think? And then this is like this, and this is like this. Okay. I might, you know what would be really nice is maybe you make that a pendant end. I don't know. What do you guys think? Or just leave it. Or just leave it. All right. Have you guys played with these kits already? They've, like I said, they've been out for a while. I just felt like I wanted to show people it doesn't take a whole lot to make really cute cards, and you can go with some of the cheaper kits that we carry, the not as expensive, and just add a little bit to it and snazz it up a bit, and you'll feel like you've got some wow cards. That's a really pretty die cut. Now because I popped these up and this one isn't, we're going to put a dimensional on that end, and then we're going to use our Stampin' Seal Plus on the other end so that they'll be the same level. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put my gold on here. Oh, I might have to rip it up. There we go. That's cute. Okay, so that's the Hollyhocks. I can't even say it right. And then we have the, what's this one called? This is the Painted Wishes. Painted Wishes. Oops. All right. Let me move these up a little bit more. And then you guys can see these a little better. So, just because they are more inexpensive kits, I think you can still dress them up and make them look a little more stepped up, a little more wowza. And all I did was add extra cardstock. And then, you know, this kit did not have, I gotta fix that, the trim. We used the trim from this kit on this one. I think it's striking with the gold embellishments, but you could use white bows, you could use whatever you've got. And I feel like they just look a little bit more stepped up, not as manufactured, a little more homemade, and it doesn't cost a whole heck of a lot. I use cardstock and embossing folders, which you probably already have in your stash. Now, just letting you know, for those of you that are customers of mine, I am running a special right now because I'm really trying to earn that incentive trip. I'm 6,000 points away, and I've got August and September to do that. So if you place a $50 order, I'm going to gift you a pack of pre-cut designer series paper. There's about 60 sheets in here. I counted them, and there's fall, there's Christmas, there's Valentine's Day, there's florals, all different retired papers in here. And that is my gift to you for a $50 order. If you go with $100, I'm going to add in a spool of ribbon. Okay? If you go with $150, I'm going to throw in a pack of gems. So I am hoping that you guys will place some orders, help me earn that incentive trip. I am so close. It would mean so much to me. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys, everyone who watched today's video. Please share the video. If you are able to, please share it. Give it a thumbs up, a heart. And I will see you hopefully next week, okay? Everyone have a wonderful week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.